think it's the most vibrant, deepest, broadest ecosystem with the most institutional style adoption, the most that people understand. And let's face it, there is only one money on the internet, and it's not Bitcoin. The money of the internet is Ethereum. It is the only ecosystem where we quote prices in a foreign currency.
And there you have it from Raoul Paul. If you don't know who that is, Raoul is the co-founder and CEO of the Real Vision Group. Raoul is an ex-hedge fund manager who retired at the age of 36, and now he's the co-founder of Real Vision. You can check out more from Raoul at RaoulGMI or check him out at realvision.com. Now we have more from Raoul before this video is out, so you make sure you want to watch this one to the end. He's talking about Ethereum. He's giving you his take and a price prediction that you don't want to miss. And with that, I'm Sean with the Bitcoin Bros. Before we get started, make sure you guys go ahead and show us some love and go ahead and smash that like button if you haven't already done so. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Getting straight into it, what are we talking about? Once again, Ethereum. We're looking at Ethereum versus the US dollar on the weekly chart. So we're looking at the ETH logarithmic curve zones, and that's what these rainbow colors are here. And as you see, since Ethereum came up way back in 2015 into this chart, we've seen that, this has acted as resistance once, but then it flipped to support. And then ETH ultimately blasted up to that about 1400 peak back in late 2017, early 2019, came all the way down in the bear market, ultimately bottoming out around 9700. Then we had that rally to the upside, and you see Ethereum topped out around that, almost that $5,000 mark. And look what we're doing now. We're coming back down to the bottom. Now, how low will Ethereum go? Nobody knows. The trend's your friend to the end. As you see, we're putting in higher lows and lower lows. And if we zoom into this price action and we just draw a straight line and connect sort of the peaks, we can sort of see where Ethereum is headed. Now, the question is, if it does come back down to lower price action, that's around the $1,200 threshold, or is this bottom trend line that Ethereum actually came back and tested in the 2018-2019 bear market and hit this line down here back to $90? Will ETH come down to there? That could take Ethereum down to about the $800 to $900 range, or if it stays here, be about $1,200. So you can see that the bottom may not be in for ETH, because if you look at the previous bear cycle, you see we bottomed out in the RSI, then we had a rally to the upside, we hit our head and then came back down and double bottomed out, which is putting in a higher low, which definitely changed the trend for Ethereum. But the price action did fall lower than this previous low here. So if we're doing something similar, you see the RSI did bottom out, and if we connect these peaks, we just hit our head. This could be, where Ethereum hits its head and falls back down. It can fall all the way back down as long as it doesn't fall lower than this 25 level on the RSI, and that could change it. That could change the trend for ETH, put in a ultimately higher low with the RSI. It'll break through this and start to stair step its way to the upside, going through that 2024 halving. Once again, looking at Ethereum moving averages, we have the 50, 100, and 200 moving averages. Let's zoom into the price action so we can take a closer look. And right now, Ethereum is in between the 200 and the 50. We had the 50 cross over the 100, and that's definitely a bearish momentum sign, but what we have to do is get back above this 50 moving average, which right now at the current time this recording is around $1,700. If we get back above this on the weekly comfortably, then we sort of see Ethereum start to bounce off the 50. That will be the signal that it's ready to get off to the races. At the last bear market, you see once we came back down, we had this rally to the upside in the summer of 2019, came back down, retested, and then fell through a cliff. So this shows that we weren't ready to go off to the races yet, but we got right back above it, flipped it from resistance to support, and then we're off to the races. So that's the major level to get back above, is this 50 moving average. And looking at Ethereum on the weekly for the super guppy, one thing we want you to know is when did super guppy first turn red? Late 2018, about a year after the all-time high. Look when this turned red. This turned red about late October, early November 2022, almost a year after the all-time high. So if that's the case, how many days did we stay in this red area before we bounced out? So let's just take a measured move, and that's about 546 days. And let's take a similar move, We can go 546 days and see where that takes us. And look at this here. That takes us all the way to April of 2024, right around that Bitcoin halving time frame. So will alts rip again, and will ETH make a major move against Bitcoin? Any way you cut the cloth, if it does take out the previous all-time high and you see this move to the upside, that's definitely a potential high price appreciation. And one more chart to look at, we're looking at Ethereum versus Bitcoin, and look how beautiful this looks, because as you see, this is a symmetrical triangle and it's just respecting support and resistance. Right now we've hit our head quite a few times. ETH will probably come back down and test this lower range, potentially wick below a little bit, but once we get closer to this apex, it's got to make a decision on if it's going to go up or down. Now looking at this momentum, we came into this in a bullish pattern, so this could be a higher probability to break to the upside versus downside, and we just take a measured move to see maybe exactly how high Ethereum could go. This is against Bitcoin. Let's say it breaks out closer to that apex range. Now this could be a major appreciation against Bitcoin. Will this flip Bitcoin? It's a possibility, but all in all, even if we go back to that previous all-time high when breaking out from here, that would be a 120% move against Bitcoin. If we put in a new high, definitely bullish against BTC. So without further ado, let's hear from Raoul Paul and get the latest take on Ethereum and what his price prediction is for the next bull run. Let's hear what he has to say.
I always get, there was no upside to price predictions because your face gets rubbed in it. They cut this clip out and then say, "Look at you, you're a fucking moron." So, I just hate doing it, but I don't see any reason why it's not above 10,000. I see no reason at all why it's not above 10,000. So, that's a decent upside from here. I just think it's the most vibrant, deepest, broadest ecosystem with the most institutional style adoption, the most that people understand. And let's face it, there is only one money on the internet, and it's not Bitcoin. The money of the internet is Ethereum. It is the only ecosystem where we quote prices in a foreign currency. Now, what was hilarious today, there was a tweet out about the new Bitcoin NFTs, and they're like, they are 1 point whatever Bitcoin brackets X number of ETH. I found that hilarious because ETH is the money of the internet. And I don't think it's going to lose that. But that, again, doesn't mean it's the best performer, because we're going to push use cases elsewhere for innovation. Solana, I think they're aiming for the broadest adoption by making it a consumer-friendly place. Polygon, okay, amazing group. What are they doing? They're onboarding a lot of people. They've got a lot of throughput. Super interesting. There's a lot going on here. But ETH is the easiest way because it's probably got the least risk. I am agnostic to who wins. I don't care. All I do is look at the chains and think, okay, I want to allocate capital. What ecosystem do I want to allocate to right now? What has the best risk-adjusted return? So there are going to be several projects that do much better than Ethereum and will do really well. I actually think Solana will do better than Ethereum. So I'm not saying I'm an Ethereum maximalist in any way. I'm saying it has observable network effects beyond any other token ecosystem. The number of use cases, the applications, the number of wallet addresses, the kind of velocity of money, okay, that's amazing. So Ethereum is really special there.